over 1 hour of video game discussions to watch when the vibe is just right. From mini game discussions to entire Nintendo Direct recaps, this is the best video to watch the best that TevhoBend has to offer. If you end up enjoying this video, please give it a like and please throw a subscription my way. Subscriptions are free and you can unsubscribe whenever you want if you don't end up enjoying my content. So, despite what my channel might say, I'm actually not really a fighting game person. I just more so like Guilty Gear more so than fighting games. Now, there are other fighting games that aren't Guilty Gear that I enjoy. Like, I enjoy Persona 4 Arena. I kind of enjoy Mortal Kombat 10. Injustice 1 I played for like 5 hours with Dubas one time. And then never played it again because it was like $2 on sale on PlayStation Network. But, you know, Guilty Gear tends to be where I strictly focus on fighting games. However, a good friend of mine in the Lights Out community, Gemgaman sent me a trial code for the brand new League of Legends fighter, 2XKO. And I have been playing the beta. I have about 10 hours in the beta, and I just want to discuss the beta because I really enjoy it so far. So, what exactly is 2XKO? Well, 2XKO is a fighting game made by Riot Games, the creators of League of Legends, using League of Legends characters in the game. The game separates itself from other fighting games by having absolutely no motion inputs involved. It is all just regular lights, heavies, and medium attacks, with different types of attacks spread out. Now, there are supers you can pull off. Like, if you press down twice and then the left bumper, you can pull off a super with every character. Right bumper, you can pull off a super. And if you have 2 meter plus, then you can pull off a big super. You fight with 2 different characters, and you can switch in between them in combat. You have 1 teammate out at a time, but you can use your meter 2 teammates at the same time. That is the general gameplay loop. It's very simple, but it's honestly very in-depth, all things considered. Now, I sadly couldn't use any of my own footage because for some odd reason, PlayStation Network won't allow me to upload it. So, like, I can't use my own footage, so I believe I'm using Luffin playing someone else. But there is a lot of depth in this game. It is very simple to understand, but very difficult to master. And if you're seeing the gameplay footage on screen, there's quite a skill ceiling that, you know, you can master because the game is very in-depth despite how simple the controls are. The game is currently only in beta. It's not going to come out till 2025 or 2026. So there are only 6 characters and 4 stages in the beta right now. The characters included are Braum, Ahri, Darius, Echo, Yasuo, and Eloya. There are many different types of character archetypes which you'd find in traditional fighters like Ahri. Ahri is a zoner while Darius is more of a grappler. Personally, I play Yasuo and Ahri. Yasuo and Ahri, I feel like I don't know, they fit my playstyle the most. I am someone who prefers zoning in fighting games, but I also really like mid-range fighting, and Yasuo masters mid-range fighting while Ahri manages to master like off-screen, like, you know, ranged combat. Ahri's also got a really cool design, all things considered. I really like her outfit. I like how the red clashes with the whites in that. Oh yeah, you can unlock different character skins with in-game currency. There's also a battle pass which allows you to unlock different types of skins. But back to Ahri. Ahri's got my favorite super in the entire game. When you have 2 meter, you can launch out a sort of like, she sort of blows a kiss and it infatuates the enemy, and then she does this massive follow-up attack. It's really damn cool. I really like the supers in this game. Echo's super is also really cool, where he uses this sort of like magnetic ball and just kind of traps you in it, and then he just like beats you down with it. He holds like a sort of like key. I don't know. Echo's cool too, he's just not my playstyle. But my favorite part about this game is just how pick up and play it is, because I can go into a public lobby whenever I want, and I understand this is just beta, so not everyone's going to be cracked, but I can get into a lobby with someone who's going to kick my ass, or someone I can go even against, and those are my 2 favorite types of matches. I don't like to steamroll other people. I like to either get steamrolled or do just about as good as them. I also really like the aesthetic of this game. This game is definitely a vibe. There's so many nice things going on visually. Like, each of the 4 stages in this game are already extremely well designed, and even if they just had 4 stages in the final game, I think I'd accept that because these 4 stages are all very varied. Very varied, goddammit. But, you know, they look very nice. They look very pretty, and I fucking love them. Not only that, but how combos go into each other looks so absolutely fluid, and watching people who are high-level players play this game is absolutely insane. Yeah, I understand this isn't like Plus R, or this isn't XR Rev 2, you know, 2 fighting games that a bunch of contrarian hipsters decided were good games for some reason. But that's ultimately fine, because what it is a very accessible fighting game with a very high skill ceiling. It's almost as if Guilty Gear Strive is like that. And it's my favorite game of all time. And like I said, I'm not really into fighters. I'm just kind of into games I like playing. And you know what? Even though I'm not into fighters, I really do enjoy 2XKO a lot so far. I should also state that I know nothing about League of Legends. I wanted to watch Arcane. I didn't end up watching it. but I just generally know nothing about League of Legends. That shit looks kind of cringe to me, I'm not gonna lie. But that's ultimately okay, because despite the fact I don't know anything about League of Legends, I am absolutely invested in this game. I already have 10 hours after just like 3 or 4 days of the beta, and the beta is still gonna go on an extra 6 days. There's gonna be 10 days of the beta. And if you find this video while the beta is still going on, why don't we play some matches? Comment your username down below and I'll definitely play with whoever comments. But despite the fact I'm not really into fighting games and I'm not really into League of Legends either, I really enjoyed this game so far. If I had to rate the game, I mean, it's in beta, like, and it's not going to come out for another 1.5 to 2 years, but if I had to rate the game, I'd definitely give it an 8 out of 10. And just its overall fun factor, and probably like a 9 out of 10 in replayability. If you are interested in games coming out soon, I recommend you keep an eye out on 2XKO, because 2XKO is pretty fucking good so far, and I do recommend it. And I'd like to give a shout out to, as I was saying earlier, Gemga Man from the server. He's from the Lights Out community. And I'd also like to give a shout out to Shots. I played the game with Shots for about 30 minutes last night, and he's absolutely cracked at this game so far, and he's really fun to play against. He's also a really kind person. He has a YouTube channel, and that'll be linked in the description below. Now, I know most of my audience is, fucking English, but he speaks Spanish, so, you don't have to subscribe to him if you don't understand what he's saying. But so far, if I had to give a thumbs up and recommend 2XKO, I definitely recommend it. I'm not sure when the next beta is going to come out after this one, but next time there's a public beta, I recommend you guys check it out, because I'm definitely going to be playing it. I'm a really big fan of this game so far, and I'm excited to see where this game goes in the future. But I want to know what you guys think of 2XKO. Do you guys enjoy the game so far? Do you think it's a great game like me and it's worth playing? Or do you think the game is not worth playing in this current state? Are you here to leave a dislike? Because no matter what you're here for, why not like, comment, no one can favorite, and please subscribe to my YouTube shizzle. This has been TevhoBend. I will see you guys later. Please check out the channels recommended below. And if you guys are interested in playing with me, leave a comment of your username down below. Take care. Peace. With Call of Duty Black Ops 6 coming out soon, I feel it's important to discuss the history of Call of Duty, especially with the direction, the greatness that Black Ops 6 might actually be. Call of Duty has been struggling since I'd say around Black Ops 3. Even then, I know people who genuinely don't like Black Ops 3, especially Zombies mode. I really like the Zombies. It's my second favorite Zombies in the franchise. My favorite's Black Ops 1. It's also got my second favorite multiplayer. Campaign is utter dog shit. The best campaign will always be World at War. But, Black Ops 3 is a good game, and I feel like every game afterwards, especially starting with Infinite Warfare, then working your way into games like Call of Duty Vanguard, and obviously Call of Duty Black Ops 4, those games aren't very well liked, and for good reason. There was obviously a drop in quality in between those games. Furthermore, a lot of Call of Duty games, modern ones, tend to leave the casual players in the dust. They don't focus on the casual players, which is part of the appeal of the older Call of Duty games. The fact that Black Ops 1's design philosophy is, let's take the helicopter mission where you're escaping from the Viet Cong in the campaign. When you drive a helicopter, the creators of the game wanted you to be able to pick up the controller and understand with just a few buttons how to drive a helicopter. And because of that, it is one of my top 5 favorite games of all time. It is why I'm making a video about Black Ops 1 today. But it's the genius of not leaving the casuals behind, but instead embracing the casuals with just how simple everything is, but how deep it gets at its core. Everyone's talked about Zombies, everyone's talked about campaign, but no one really talks about Black Ops 1's multiplayer today, when I personally believe in today's world, 2024, Black Ops 1's multiplayer is still the absolute greatest in the series. There are 3 main reasons for that, as well as a bunch of tiny reasons, but the 3 main reasons I will be going over today in a sort of like retrospective to hype up the release of Black Ops 6, which should be coming out soon by the time this video is uploaded. But I'm going to be going over the 3 main points on why I think Black Ops 1 has the best multiplayer that you can still play today. Now, I'm going to start off with my first main point, because it is the most controversial main point I have, and it's the only one that I can see a lot of people disagreeing with, and that is the time to kill in Black Ops 1. Now, Call of Duty games have something called TTK, which means time to kill. In multiplayer games, a lot of different Call of Duty games, it takes a different amount of bullets to kill an enemy. For example, in Infinite Warfare, it takes very few bullets, while in a game like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, it takes a roughly around like a few bullets. The time to kill in MW 2023 is absolutely instant, like boop, 2 bullets to the chest and you're dead. But I feel as if Call of Duty Black Ops 1 mastered the time to kill perfectly. And the reason I think that is every single gun, except for some of the SMGs in this game are dog water, but a majority of the guns actually feel right to hold. Let's take my 2 favorite guns in the entirety of video games. My 2 favorite guns in not just Call of Duty, but in the entirety of video games, and I'll start with the MP5K in multiplayer. The MP5K, especially with an attachment like rapid fire, it takes very few bullets to the chest and even fewer to the head to kill, which makes sense because it's a powerful American-made SMG. Furthermore, with how reticles in this game works and how you can actually buy camos once you reach a certain level, I feel it gives each gun a level of customization that isn't found in any other Call of Duty Black Ops multiplayer. The MP5K, you can give it multiple different attachments to the sight, so you can aim down the sights easier, or you can give it an extended magazine, you can give it a clip where you can reload faster, or you can give it rapid fire. Hell, with certain types of perks, you can add 2 different attachments, so you can add something like rapid fire and like an ACOG sight, not ACOG because ACOG's not on it, but you get the point. Basically, because of the time to kill and because of the customization, it makes guns really fun to fuck around with, especially when you know you can hop into a multiplayer game, get into like a match of Nuketown, and know you can shred if you're just good enough. No better gun in this game proves just how great the time to kill is than the Galil. The Galil, holy shit, that gun is better than sex. I absolutely fucking love the Galil. I'm just gonna gush about the Galil for a second. But when you shoot the Galil and how you can like hear like the muzzle and like the thing attaching off of it, like the little like a thing on it, where you can hear the little muzzle and it like taps, it's got like a rattle tattle noise, all 35 of those fucking bullets where you just spray and pray. Dude, that gun is just so fun to shoot, and then when you pack a punch in zombies turns into the lamentation. Dude, such a great gun. But I'm gushing too much. Let's get back to multiplayer and time to kill. That gun has the best time to kill of any gun I've ever seen in this franchise, where every single place you shoot an enemy's body, it makes sense the amount of bullets it takes. It takes 2, maybe 3 to the head. It takes 5, maybe 6 to the chest, 7, maybe 8 to the legs and arms. It is genius, and if you're good enough with your aim, then you can absolutely fucking shred. Hell, you don't even have to be good enough with your aim, because you can attach something like a grenade attachment, where you can shoot grenades out of it. Or you can like give it rapid fire. You can give it an extended magazine, so you can have the chance to miss more bullets. It is a genius gun. And I'm not even getting into the topic of like shotguns. Now, shotguns in this game actually feel fun to use. It's not like the Brecci where they're automatic in Black Ops 3. No, you have to be talented and skilled to use the shotguns. And even though they have a low time to kill, like 1 shot to the chest with the Olympia is fucking killing someone, it's ultimately fine because you actually have to be good at the game in order to use it. The time to kill in this game ranges from absolutely instant to it makes sense why it would take a few more bullets. Like the MP5K makes sense, the Galil makes sense, the Commando makes sense, the FAMAS makes sense. Every single gun just makes sense. But at the same time, every single gun is absurdly powerful, but not overpowered to the point like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I feel like Infinity Ward games absolutely suffer from the issue of every single thing in those games is overpowered, but Black Ops 1 makes everything so, not overpowered, but it makes it just powerful enough to where nearly everything is viable. And since I'm already talking about attachments and guns, I feel like the way you actually progress and the way you level up guns, the way you purchase attachments, purchase guns, purchase camos, is one of the most smart and genius decisions they have ever made with a Call of Duty multiplayer. Instead of unlocking attachments with your gun leveling up to a certain point, so like in Black Ops 3, the HVK, you have to be level 10 in order to get the ELO sight, which makes sense. You have to use the gun a little bit in order to get the better attachments. However, in Black Ops 1, it's just perfect because if you have a certain amount of COD points, which is the in-game currency that you can't buy with real money, you can purchase each attachment, and each attachment makes sense for their prices. Like sights are 1,000 COD points, while rapid fire is like 3,000. Grenade launcher attachments and flamethrower attachments, they're like 4,000, 5,000. It makes sense. Plus, with how you earn COD points, which you earn COD points for completing challenges, I feel as if it is one of the most genius systems in the game. Let's say you managed to win your 10th game in a row and your 100th game total, and you went like 30-12. You're getting like 10,000 COD points at the end of that match, which means you can buy a Galil, you can buy a camo and a reticle, which you can actually buy reticles and different types of camos. Furthermore, you can customize how the reticle looks, both its color, the sight on the reticle, the lens color. You can also buy different types of attachments, so I'd personally buy like something like the extended mag or sight. You can buy different types of grenades, so let's say you don't want to use regular grenades, you can buy stem techs, you can buy tomahawks. You can also buy different types of equipments like C4 and shit. You can buy different types of perks like sleight of hand or last stand, which if you get shot enough times and you don't get killed, you can shoot an enemy while you're down. I feel as if giving you the ability to buy whatever you want next might be one of the most genius things Call of Duty has ever done, and I want to see it return in another Call of Duty game. Yet somehow, those two reasons aren't the only reason Black Ops 1 is the best multiplayer to play today, because the thing is, even on PS3, on console, Plutonium, no matter what you're playing Call of Duty Black Ops 1 on, you can always find a multiplayer match, which is so cool. For example, I booted up my PS3 and I just wanted to play Call of Duty's Black Ops 1 multiplayer at like 2 in the morning on a Thursday morning. I managed to find a game and I was with some of the best players ever, and because of no skill-based matchmaking, I get my ass kicked one game, then I get my ass carried the next game. I would kick ass the next game, and then I'd do the absolute worst in the game after. It was so fun, and because of the people I was playing with, because of the fact lobbies were populated and people were coming in and out because of what time it was, it made for one of the most fun multiplayer experiences I've ever had in my life. So I'd play a map I suck at like jungle, and then I'd play a map I'm good at like firing range. I'd play a map everyone is good at like Nuketown. It is just one of those things where Call of Duty Black Ops 1, because it is populated and because there isn't a lot of hackers, at least on PlayStation 3, it makes for one of the most fun multiplayer experiences you can have to this day. And if you're playing this on console, you can get the game for like $10 used, which is great. Plus, I'm pretty sure the game came to Game Pass recently, which if it did, that's even better, because now you can hop on Game Pass and play the game whenever the fuck you want. And I'm not even focusing on the zombies or the campaign in today's video, because if I was, I'd be here gushing for an hour. I'm just focusing on the multiplayer, and the fact that this game is so pick up and play, with lobbies being populated, makes this my personal favorite multiplayer, and what I personally believe is the best multiplayer to play to this day in Call of Duty. Now, it could be because of the fact I'm a Call of Duty fanboy. Like, I've met a lot of good friends through Call of Duty. I met my friend Alan through someone who I met through Call of Duty, and then I met like another YouTuber named Saffron. He's pretty cool. You should check him out. He's linked on my channel. Have him linked below. I've met some great people through Call of Duty, and I feel as if Black Ops 1, even though I haven't met someone directly through that game, Black Ops 1 is always the one I'll go to first with friends because it's always the most fun to play. And while you might disagree with my opinions on Call of Duty Black Ops 1's multiplayer, I feel like I presented a good enough argument as to why I personally believe Call of Duty Black Ops 1's multiplayer is the best in the entire series. Now, I understand people will disagree, which, if you disagree, I'd like to hear in the comments why you disagree. I'd like to hear what your favorite multiplayer is, actually. But, in my opinion, and in honor of the coming out soon Call of Duty Black Ops 6, I feel like Call of Duty Black Ops 1's multiplayer is the best in the franchise, and I am really excited to actually get into Black Ops 6, because there's a lot to look forward into this game. It looks like it's actually letting the casuals have a chance of getting into the game, which is great because I like Call of Duty games that allow casuals to play. But that's my personal opinion. What do you guys think about Call of Duty Black Ops 1's multiplayer? Do you agree that it's so pick up and play with the leveling up system being perfect? Do you disagree and think the game's absolute dog shit and that every single Call of Duty game plays identical? Or are you here to leave a dislike? No matter what you're here for, why not like, comment, no one can favorite, and please subscribe to my YouTube shizzle. I have been TevhoBend, and I will see you guys later. Peace. Check out my friend Saffron Monkey, linked below. Take care, everyone. Peace. Oh boy, Nintendo just had another Direct. They've actually had like nearly a dozen since my last video, but that video was 3 years ago, and then I guess I'm just now following it up. Hello everyone, my name is TevhoBend, welcoming you to the recap of the February 2024 Nintendo Directs. My air just turned on as soon as I started recording, so we're having a good day. In this Direct, they announced, like, a lot of stuff I'm interested in. A lot of stuff I'm interested in or think are just good things for the gaming industry. We'll get into that. We'll get further into that. I really wasn't a fan of the Nintendo Switch. Just like life, there wasn't a lot of games that interested me. I vastly prefer the 3DS and Wii U generation. But Nintendo is ending the Switch off very strong. And you know what? I'm here for that ride. Like I said in the last video, I do like Nintendo. I do want to watch Nintendo succeed. I just don't want to watch them make games I don't care about, to be honest. But they're picking up the slack. The third-party support is definitely picking up the slack, and you know, this Direct proves it. I have a few games to talk about, more than a few games. Do we just jump right into this? I guess we jump right into this. Let's get into this. First off, we have Grounded. I know nothing about Grounded. I saw it was by Xbox Game Studios and just decided to do a quick Google search, and I see it was made by Obsidian, I believe. Yeah, I just looked it up again to verify. It was made by Obsidian. Now, if you don't know, Obsidian made two really good games. They're called Fallout New Vegas and South Park: The Stick of Truth. And while this game definitely isn't a Fallout New Vegas or South Park: Stick of Truth, I'm interested in trying it. There's apparently crossplay with the Xbox. And I do primarily know Xbox One gamers, believe it or not, despite the fact my server would say otherwise. So yeah, I'm actually quite interested in trying this on Switch. I think the premise looks neat, and that was a voice crack. But besides the voice crack, I don't know. I think the idea of playing as kids in like a garden, being really small, I think that's a novel concept. I might actually try this. Ender Megalia is up next, and this game actually looks really good graphically. I love Metroidvanias, believe it or not. I don't talk about it much, but I do like Metroid games. I do like the Metroid games quite a bit. I think Metroid Dread was overrated shite. And I do think that like Hollow Knight's pretty alright. I don't know. I prefer Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I think that's the go-to Metroidvania of this generation. But with that being said, this game doesn't look bad because I think the graphics are very pretty. I think it's got like the perfect style of like anime and Western like mix. My issue is the fact I'm always skeptical of Metroidvania simply because of my unconventional opinions on Metroidvanias. Hopefully this game is good, though I'm definitely not going to be trying it unless it's like, what, $5 on a sale, or like potentially through like fucking PlayAsia, or like the studio, I think it's called Fangamer, I don't know, I might be interested. I'm interested, but I'm definitely not picking it up day one. Area the role-playing puzzle adventure is next, and it looks like a cool math game. Moving on. Unicorn Overload or Overlord is the next game. It looks like a cool math game. Moving on. After that, we have Monster Hunter Stories. I don't know. I've never played a Monster Hunter Stories game, but I always have been interested in these games. I do think they look nice. I think that I don't know. I really like monster collecting games. I like Shin Megami Tensei, I like Pokemon, I like Ni no Kuni. The Bakugan games are kind of fine. I do like monster collecting games. However, I don't really like Monster Hunter. I tried Generations on 3DS in 2016 because of a friend. I believe I gave him that copy of Generations as well. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't really like Monster Hunter. I should probably try stuff like Iceborne and Rise, but I don't know. My dislike for Monster Hunter is keeping me away from stories. Although this game does look really good. I really like the art style, and I especially love the little cat thing that follows the main character around. I think the cat thing is like fucking just as adorable as like a Pikachu or Jibanyan or whatever. So, you know what? This might be a pickup. Next up, we have Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrush. This game should probably not be $60, but it will definitely be $60. And I already went for that rant in the fucking last video. I don't have a Twitter following to like I begged for content. So it's gonna be very expensive, and Nintendo will get away with it. Plus it's Disney, so Disney will get away with it. Hell, they could charge $250, and like you'd have to be forced to give like Walt Disney's fucking dead body a fucking BJ, and people would still do it because it's Disney and fucking Nintendo. With that being said, it does look like a good game. I mean, I've never been interested in actually playing the Epic Mickey games. I think that the concept art is like really dark and mysterious and looks good, but like I'm not interested in playing these games. They look like shit, if I'm being honest. Just as shitty as my voice crack, am I right, boys? But yeah, no, not really interested in this game. What I will say is that this is like the third partnership with Disney and Nintendo, because they have the Kingdom Hearts games through cloud streaming, obviously, and they have Sora and Smash. So I hope that like Disney and Nintendo can like combine forces and make like the Kingdom Hearts with Nintendo characters. I mean, I'd actually be kind of interested in trying that. Like maybe we should try Sugasato Itoi, I believe his name is. Oh yeah, they announced Mother 3 in the Japanese Direct. We're not getting that shit. Ha 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 ha. I wanna die. Ha. But no, not interested in the game, though I am interested in this potential partnership with Disney. So, I don't know. After that, we have Shin Megami Tensei Vengeance, which I love Shin Megami Tensei. I love Persona. I love Megami Tensei. My favorite video on this entire channel is me reacting to Etrian Odyssey, which I got into through Megami Tensei. And this is the most excited I've been for a Shin Megami Tensei game since Persona 5 originally came out in 2017. I don't know what about this trailer is exciting me, but I can't wait to dive into this game. Plus, it's going to be multi-platform. It's going to be on PS4 and PS5, which means I'm going to be more likely to play it because that's my primary console of choice. It's like, I don't know. I have a lot of positive things to say. I might make a separate video if you guys are interested. Leave a comment if you're interested. But yeah, no, this is a fucking day one pickup. After that, we have Star Wars Battlefront Remastered Collection. Ooh. I never really played the Star Wars Battlefront games as a kid, so I can't commentate on how I feel about them. Though I do have a funny story. One time my friend stopped over and we were playing Star Wars Battlefront, and he was like 80 points in the lead. I think we're on Hoth, so I like closed the game. I didn't even close the game. I just opened up the PS2 disc tray and said, "Oops, the game crashed." But no, I'm actually really excited for this, and this is probably the most excited I am for a remaster. Because Star Wars Battlefront 2 and 1, they're enjoyed by millions of people. People remember those games very fondly. They're clearly remembered for a reason. So to have a modern remaster, especially on a console like the Switch, which is as popular as it is, I don't know. I think that's a net positive for the gaming industry. I guess someone's calling. Hello?
I want to be in the video.
It's 11 a.m., man. What are you gonna fucking talk about? What are you excited for?
Well, I like SMT5, I guess, in the direct, but I want to talk about the Elden Ring DLC that also got revealed today separately.
Oh right, yeah, no. Let's you know what? Fuck it. So I guess take away this portion, Jubus.
Alright, so I'm gonna talk about the Shadow of the Erdtree, the new Elden Ring DLC. There's a ton of new characters that look interesting. I really like their design. The world looks very detailed compared to the base game. New bosses look great, like the giant fire basket guy and like the lightning lion that looks like Godfrey's lion. And Mesmer, the Impaler, like his design's really cool. Probably be the final boss, it looks like. The new Ashes of War look real fun. Like the one where the two katanas, the one where you throw like two knives. New spells look very interesting, like the incantation with the purple mist that explodes. It looks real cool. And some sort of like dragon communion spell, but it's with a bear head instead of a dragon head. Yeah, I'm just like really looking forward to like the lore and like how about learning about Mikola, just how this is going to turn out. Like, there's not really much else to say. I'm just really excited.
Huh. Well, that was a weird forced inclusion. Anyways, South Park Snow Day. Not interested in this game. Just remaster Stick of Truth. Moving on. A new Sword Art Online game. I'm not gonna fucking pretend to try and remember this game's name. I like Sword Art Online. I liked its first season, hated the second half, but I did like what I watched with Sword Art Online, and I do have one of the games, Alistarization, I believe it's called. I don't know. I'm actually kind of excited for this. This might be a pickup that comes out on PS4 or PS5. A Gundam Breaker, dog, I don't know what the fuck a Gundam is. I'm a fucking... Another Super Monkey Ball game. I'm cautiously optimistic. I do like the Super Monkey Ball game. I think it's 2 on the GameCube. I do like it quite a bit. Though, I played some of the later entries, and the 3DS one, woof, not a very good game. Although I am cautiously optimistic. And if I were to pick it up, I would pick it up on Switch. So this is a might, a maybe, a kind of. World of Goo 2. What? Fantasy Life. Dog, I'm not gonna fucking read out the rest of the games I'm not interested in. Fantasy Life 2, The Girl Steals Time, don't care. Another Crab's Treasure looks terrible. Penny's Big Breakaway looks like a cool math game. So does the fucking Sukia multiplayer. Like, what the fuck is this? It's like Puyo Pop with fruits. I don't care. Pepper Grinder, that's just a terrible game name. There's apparently a game by fucking Game Freak, but like leave it up to Game Freak to like make games I don't care about. Like Tales of Kenzera, I mean maybe. Fucking Demon Slayer, I need to watch Demon Slayer first, but it looks like a Demon Slayer party. And then a fucking Contra game. Dog, I'm a Contra Gen 1er, I don't fucking care. And after all that fluff, there's actually kind of somewhat of an exciting announcement on Switch Online. Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack is getting a few games. The two that stuck out to me were Killer Instinct and Battletoads. Blast Corp is one that people probably remember. I don't know, my game of choice on N64 as a child from Rareware was Donkey Kong 64. And it's not a very good game, but I do genuinely love it. The reason I bring this up is because maybe my hopes are too high, but I'd like to see the Killer Instinct 2013 game on fucking Switch. I mean, it's an original Xbox One game that came out around its launch, and there is like an active fighting game scene in my area, and I don't know. I feel like people in that scene would definitely benefit from like a Switch port. I mean, yeah, it's not a necessity, but I do think it's interesting. I'm actually kind of interested because they brought the original Killer Instinct. Hopefully they can bring over the Switch version, or Xbox One version, I'm sorry. Though, I don't know, because it is an M-rated fighting game. So I realistically don't know. Hey, maybe they should bring over Perfect Dark Zero, also known as the best Rareware game. Don't kill me, please don't kill me. But yeah, that's kind of the Nintendo Direct. Even though there's a lot of fluff, the few announcements I was interested in, yeah. I mean, it's like a 9 out of 10 Direct for me. In fact, I'd say it's like one of the best Directs I've seen in a long time. Sure, there's a lot of fluff, there's a lot of stuff I'll be skipping, but these are a lot of like heavy hitters that the Switch needed earlier in its life, and yeah, it should have gotten earlier in its life, but the fact it's getting them, the fact the Switch is getting these games I care about towards the end of its life, shows Nintendo has potential for the next console generation. Because the PS5 has been lacking in comparison to the PS4, which is my favorite console of all time. I feel like it has the best exclusives, best remote, best UI, and the PS5 was like a step down, and I feel like the Switch is a very similar manner to the 3DS. But they are picking up the slack, and I don't know. I'm very hopeful for the next console generation. Don't know if it's going to be like a Switch U, Switch 2. Hell, it might be just like a dedicated home device. I don't know. But I am very excited. This Direct, I'm not necessarily excited from everything. I'm more so excited for the future of Nintendo and just gaming in general from the Switch. Because the reality is, this magic of the Switch, it was magic. It was a magical console, and that magic just kind of faded away. It's like growing up. Because like, I realistically can't bring a Switch to a high school anymore to seem cool. I could bring it to a party, but everyone has a Switch. So at the end of the day, it's not really a discussion tool anymore. And yeah, the Switch was like a fashion statement, as I kind of viewed it. But it was a really cool fashion statement. It was a really nice fashion statement, and it had some good games to boot at launch. I don't know. Maybe this console was just destined to have good games in 2017, 2018, and then it's last year's in 2023 and 2024. Which, if that's the case, I'd say, I don't know. I might have to reevaluate my thoughts on the Switch. But that was the Nintendo Direct for February 2021. Not February 2021, February 21st, 2024. If you guys did enjoy today's video, I mean, hey, I had a lot of fun making this. These videos are really easy to make, these Nintendo Direct videos, which is why I've never made another one. But they're like just absurdly fun to make. And you know, at the end of the day, I want to make videos that are fun for me to make. So if you guys did enjoy today's video, why not like, favorite, subscribe to my YouTube shizzle. No one can leave a dislike. And just enjoy the Nintendo Direct. This has been TevhoBend, and I will see you guys later. Check out Dubis. Dubis, I don't know what social medias he'll want me to link, but check out Dubis on whatever social medias are in the description and linked on screen. Anyways, guys, this has been TevhoBend. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Oh boy, popular video game company who makes popular video game franchise is doing something scummy. But since that video game franchise is niche and popular at the same time, you get what I'm saying, nobody's talking about it, so I'm going to talk about it. Atlus, the little video game company that could, released Persona 5 in 2017, and it blew up. You can thank that you can thank part of it blowing up to Smash Bros. But I don't like to acknowledge anything good coming out of Smash Bros. So I'm just gonna say it was completely Atlus that helped market the game. But ever since the release of Persona 5, Atlus has been a little scummy. I mean, nowhere near as bad as people like to make it out to be. But they've still been rather scummy recently. It all started with Persona 3 and Persona 5 dancing, which they bundled together, which those games were fine. They were fine. I don't think they're as bad as everyone says they are. But they were bundled together, and you had to buy that bundle just to get Persona 4 dancing on PS4, and you still can't get Persona 4 dancing on PS4 any other way. Which, I mean, it's not a big deal anymore because you can just the games go on sale. The collection goes on sale for like $15 every week on PlayStation, which. But it still doesn't excuse the fact that, like, it's scummy. There's probably a few other incidences, that's not the correct, that's not the correct. There's probably a few other incidences. Fuck! There's probably a few other incidents I could think of Atlus being scummy. But, honestly, it's just not been that bad. Well, it wasn't that bad until, the Digital Deluxe Edition of Persona 5 Scramble got announced. It might seem innocent at the first. You get a free game download. You get in-game content packs, Persona Legacy background music. So you get music from... Fuck, why'd that fall? You get music from Persona 1 through 4. All Out Attack Pass, have no idea what that is. Includes soundtrack with over 40 songs, digital art book. But you see what's right there. Full game unlocks 4 days early. Why? Why should fans of a niche franchise, niche popular franchise, why should fans of this popular Japanese franchise that's also still kind of niche, why do they have to pay fucking an extra $10 and get it digitally just so they can play the game early? That's fucking ridiculous. Like, I get Atlus is trying to make money, but that's just fucking ridiculous. Like, the game's not gonna overperform. It's not gonna do amazingly. So you're just like forcing people to like fucking pay extra money so you guys can make an extra $10 off a sale just so people can play the game early. Like, some people want to play it on February 19th, and play it before February 23rd, but they don't want to pay $70. It's fucking... Why is this a thing? It's fucking stupid, mate. Absolutely stupid. Like, I get Atlus is not the first company to do this, but why Atlus of all companies are doing it? You're not gonna fucking... You're not succeeding in any fucking way by doing this. It's not like the new fucking Call of Duty games where people are actually going to get this digital deluxe edition. And it's not like Atlus is making a ton of extra money because, like, the people who are going to buy this game are going to buy it no matter what. And most people aren't going to buy the digital deluxe edition because I haven't even seen people mention the digital deluxe edition because they do such a poor job marketing like this shit. So, like, what are you trying to accomplish here? But that mini rant brings us into the meat and potatoes of this video. Why the fuck are there early releases you have to pay for? It's beyond scummy. It's just straight up fucking scummy. There's nothing more to say about it. But like, people want to play the game, so locking behind a paywall, a $10 to $30 paywall in order to play it early, is just fucking scummy. Don't fucking do that. Yet people are going to pre-order this game not knowing about this, and if they are going to pre-order this version, they're not going to speak up about how scummy it is. They're just going to kind of accept it and take it like a fucking dick in the ass, and I fucking hate this. It's stupid. But I want to hear what you guys think about this. What do you think about early video game releases? Voice crack. What do you guys think about early video game releases? Do you not mind them? Do you hate them as much as I do? Or are you here to leave a dislike? Whatever the case is, leave your comments down below, and I will try to respond to everyone. If I can't, my apologies, but I don't expect there to be a lot of traffic on this video, and I wish my voice would stop cracking and I'd stop burping. Yeah, but why don't you guys like, comment, nobody ever favorites, and please subscribe to my YouTube shizzle. This has been TevhoBend, and I will see you guys later. Peace. Over the past 7 to 8 months, I've grown a lot as a person, and a lot of my interests have shifted. Obviously, this year I've been taking YouTube a lot more seriously, but I've also been putting work into writing, putting work into my mental health. Hell, I haven't worked a majority of this year simply because my friends are helping me out because they know that I'm improving my mental health, and hopefully I'll have a job sometime in September, October. I'd say life is a lot better now. I am a lot happier. I'm truly happy for the first time in my life, and while I'll have terrible days, I am truly finally happy for probably the first time in my life. And do you know what helped me reach that happiness? Realizing people who bully other people are lame as fuck. Now, I know someone's gonna click on this video, see the thumbnail, they're gonna be like, oh, I like Senran Kagura, and people bully me all the time. And then their profile picture will be softcore porn, and half their Twitter timeline will be softcore porn, and half their interest will be softcore porn. At that point, I feel like you deserve to get made fun of, because you're probably a very young kid or a grown adult who's on the verge of being kicked out. Then there are people who get very angry and very upset when they're bullied. They act very childish. I still don't think it's okay to bully other people, but of course, if people are bullying you, they're trying to get a reaction out of you. So, like, I'll say this at the beginning of the video, just, like, enjoy your interests. That's essentially the point of this video. But if you enjoy your interests and then get very mad at someone because they made fun of, like, I don't know an example off the top of my head, I'll use Senran Kagura again, then they're gonna keep doing it because they know they can get a reaction. But back to the main topic of this video, I know that a lot of my audience and a lot of people I talk to online are either younger mentally or just young, like, adults in the first place. I'm here to just, like, drop some truth bombs that helped me out once I realized how true these statements and situations were. And something you need to realize is if you're afraid of your friends bullying you for enjoying something, are they really your friends? Like, it seems like just an obvious question. Oh, of course they're my friends. But really, it's one of those things where friends don't really bully their friends. They tease their friends, but they don't outright make them uncomfortable. Or just, like, dogpile on them simply because of their interests. From a situation I had earlier this year, I had an old friend ask me, hey, what is your profile picture from? And it was Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. It was Kobayashi. And, like, according to Juice is the name, who was in the party, as well as Dubis, they said that I physically struggled to get the words Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid out, because I just thought I was going to be bullied. But, like, no normal person's going to care if you have a Miss Kobayashi screenshot as your profile picture. Most people realistically don't care as long as you're not weird or extra. Now, you might be wondering, what is being weird and being extra? Well, that's ultimately for you to figure out, because I am not a therapist. I'm just dropping truth bombs about why you shouldn't feel bad for enjoying something. But being weird or extra, to me personally, is putting a high emphasis on something that you want to be rather than something you are. It's being an extra version of yourself, more of yourself, when you should just be yourself as the regular percentage. Another important thing to bring up is that if you're hanging out with friends and you go on, like, a tangent about how much you love something, and it's usually, like, placed good into a conversation, it's just not out of nowhere, sometimes even out of nowhere. If you have friends or people around you who truly care about you, they're gonna listen to every word you say. They're not gonna understand it, but they're gonna be like, that is cool. I don't know what the hell any of this means, besides that my chair's creaking, but that's so cool. Because that's what normal fucking people do. I was hanging out with my friend and his ex-girlfriend, as well as two of his other friends, and I go into tangent about Senran Kagura and the PlayStation Vita, and I end up going quiet. I'm not sure if it was because I was, like, smoking green tobacco, and I was just having a little panic moment. But no, everyone there is just like, nah, you can talk about that. I don't know what the hell is going on here, but like, you really like that thing. You really like the Big Booby Samurai game, the PlayStation handheld. And you know what? I do. I wear that shit on my sleeve. And I feel like if you enjoy something and you have true friends, you can wear your enjoyment for anything on your sleeve. It could be something like Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid or Senran Kagura, two things that I used to be very embarrassed for enjoying. Or it could be something that's very popular. I know a lot of people my age, even my age at 22, don't like to admit that they like Nintendo games. At least a lot of people online my age. I'm not sure how they act in person. But no, if you like Nintendo games, fucking go on, be a dork, talk about Nintendo games. Obviously, don't make it your only personality trait, because having an interest as a personality trait is really fucking annoying. I was in high school once, I did that with Radiohead. Dylan in post, I just wanted to say that, like, that's the perfect example for being extra, making something your personality trait. Okay, back to the main video. As long as you enjoy something, and you're, like, a pretty normal guy or pretty normal girl, and, like, you don't act like a complete arch schizoid, people are not going to have issue if you enjoy something. And, you know, maybe this video is kind of pointless because it's going over my experiences, and, you know, there obviously might not be a lot of people in this audience who directly relate to it. But I still feel like it's good to get out there. This is going to be a feel-good video, because I usually do rants when I run out of TevhoBend episode ideas. But I don't want to do a rant, I want to do a positive video, damn it! And in this positive video, I just wanted to tell you, enjoy what you like, don't be extra about it, and everyone will enjoy you back. And if your friends bully you for enjoying something, they aren't really your friends. That is basically the summary of this video. Like, I made a post on Twitter with the caveat of you're going to hear in today's video, and in that post, bag of chips just fell, what the f. And in that tweet, I asked people, hey, give me one of your passions, one of your obscure passions, and like just obscure shit you enjoy. And two different people, some Wee Fox and another mutual of mine, Chillface, both use the example of the Sega Dreamcast. And you know what? Enjoy the Sega Dreamcast. Tell everyone you enjoy the Sega Dreamcast, because at the end of the day, you get one chance to live life. You might as well live that life enjoying what you like, you know? But that's all I need to say in today's video. Do you guys agree that you should be able to like your interests without judgment? Do you guys disagree and like bullying random children online? Are you here to leave a dislike? Well, no matter what you're here for, why not like, comment, no one can favor, and please subscribe to my YouTube shizzle. This has been TevhoBend, and I will see you guys later. Peace. Oh boy, Nintendo just had a Direct. Now, I'm quite shocked about this Direct because I haven't seen people bitching on Twitter.com about literally anything but what I'm gonna rant about. So, good job, Nintendo Twitter. Hello everyone, my name is TevhoBend, welcoming you to my recap / opinions on the February 2021 Nintendo Direct. Now, there was tons of things shown off in this Direct. A lot of which I wouldn't remember if I didn't have to make this video. But we are going to go over what 18, I think I have 18 things here. What stuff I found notable in the Direct, and it's going to be some obvious stuff and some non-obvious stuff. So some stuff is here just for me to bitch about it, some stuff is here just for me to praise it. But let's get into this. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into this. Now, what would be a Nintendo Direct without a new Smash character? And the newcomers are Pyra and Mythra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which, in my opinion, cool additions. I know there's tons of Xenoblade fans who wanted these characters in. I don't mind these characters getting in. I think they're cool additions, like I said. I just never played the Xenoblade game, and honestly, I was hoping for something else. But I'm not too angry about this. Then again, I've never really been angry about DLC. And I hope Xenoblade fans are now happy knowing that another character from one of their favorite series is now in Smash Bros. After that, they showed the most hype announcement of the Direct. You have no fucking idea how hype this was. Dude, Fall Guys on Switch. Who gives a shit? Seriously. Fall Guys was dead on arrival. As soon as Among Us came out, it completely took over its player base. Among Us is $5, Fall Guys is $20. Why would you ever play Fall Guys? Just play Among Us. But yeah, after they showed that, they showed off the Famicom Detective Club games, the titles of which are escaping me right now. They look kind of interesting. I like detective games. I'm a big fan of the Danganronpa series. I know, best detective series ever. So I might pick these up. I'm not entirely sure about it, but my best friend, good user on Twitter @SomeWeFox, go check him out. He's excited for these games. He's gonna pick them up day one. If he does pick them up day one, I might go over to his house. He might come over to my house. We might play it together. After that, they showed Samurai Warrior 5. I have never played a Samurai Warrior game, so I'm gonna skip this one. Next was Legend of Mana HD, which I've never played a Legend of Mana game, or a Mana game in general. So, not interested. Glad that this is coming to Switch, though. Switch needs more good JRPGs. It's a JRPG machine. Gonna skip this one, though. Sorry. Then, after that, came Monster Hunter Rise, which, yeah, I'm gonna pick up this one. I've never played a Monster Hunter game, and this game looks incredibly interesting. I want to play Monster Hunter World. Never picked it up because I don't have PlayStation Plus. I refuse to pay $60 to play online, but I'm part of a friend's Switch family plan, so I can play online with this. Not only that, the controller that's releasing alongside it looks fucking dope. I need to pick up a Pro controller, so I'm most certainly going to pick up this Pro controller. Might as well at least say, oh boy, I have the cool collector's controller. Aren't I cool? But yeah, I'm going to pick this game up. After that, I know I keep saying after that, but after that, they showed off Mario Golf Super Rush. I can tell there's a lot of passion going into this game, that a lot of people are going to pick it up and be excited for it. Not really a huge golf guy, not really a sports guy in general. The only sports I really like are diving and swimming. So, gotta skip out on this one once again. Sorry, mates. After that was Tales from the Borderlands. I already own this on PS4. If I didn't own it on PS4, I'd get on Switch, but not gonna double dip. Then, they showed off something I know a lot of people are hyped for. No More Heroes 3. I might pick this game up, but that depends on what my opinions of the first two games are. Because I own the first two games, I just have not played them yet. They look fun, they seem fun, I know I'm going to enjoy them, but I'm not going to make any promises that I'll play them. Plants vs. Zombies, Battle for Neighborville. Moving on. Then, Miitopia HD. I've wanted to play Miitopia for some time now. Miitopia looks super fun. Looks fun as all fuck. But, I am not paying $60 for a game that costs $40 on the 3DS and I can still buy for $40. In fact, why do Nintendo keep charging these ridiculous prices for re-releases? What the fuck, Nintendo? I made a tweet where I asked people, hey, do you have any examples of Nintendo being scummy and raising their prices? I totally didn't use the incentive that they'd be featured in today's video, but I made that tweet and I got a few responses. Circle Orange brought up that Super Mario 3D All-Stars has 3 games and costs $60. That might not seem bad, but you can get those games for like $40 total on the Wii U. Super Toon 64 was straight to the point. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I agree. And one of my favorite replies I have ever gotten to a tweet ever, the entirety of their virtual console for the Switch. Good job, Octodude6. That's fucking... you blew it out of the park there. Yeah, let's just say I'm not a huge fan of them price gouging. It's fucking ridiculous. I fucking hate it. Nintendo should be shunned for this. But people are gonna buy these games. Fucking guarantee you that Skyward Sword's gonna sell, like, better than it did on the Wii in just its first 2 weeks on the Switch. Because it's fucking Nintendo. Oh boy. Fuck me. To something more positive, Animal Crossing Mario update. I don't play Animal Crossing, so I don't really care. Then they showed off Project Triangular Strategy. I know nothing about this game. It kind of showed not really that much about it. I am going to play the demo. I will put in a pinned comment what I think of the demo, as well as any other updates regarding this video. So yeah, stay tuned for that whenever I finish that. Then, World's End Club, which is made by the Danganronpa creator. I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm going to play this game. I'm going to buy it, I'm going to play it, I'm going to love it, and I'm going to tweet how much I fucking hate this game and its fan base so I can get clout. I know, my cock is massive. Speaking of massive cocks, whoever decided to give Hades a physical release for Switch has won, because, well, Hades is getting a physical Switch release, and that means I'm actually going to finally play Hades, because I was waiting for a physical release. Ninja Gaiden Masters Collection. I might pick this up. It really just depends on the price. Looks fun, though. I've always wanted to play a Ninja Gaiden game, at least one of the modern ones. I played Ninja Gaiden 1. Sucked ass at it. At least the modern ones look cool. Bravely Default 2. I need to finish the first one. But, this game looks interesting. I'll probably pick it up just to have it in the collection, just to say that I have Bravely Default, my heater turned on. Just to say I have Bravely Default 2 in my collection. But, yeah, looks like a fun game. You hear that? There's a dump truck right outside my house, like right outside my window. Fucking love recording videos. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, I'll pass. Apex Legends, I'll pass. And then we have Skyward Sword HD, which I was excited for until I realized it's $60 on the eShop, and it costs $20 on the Wii U eShop. But it's Nintendo, they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want, don't you know that? At least the Joy-Cons look slick as fuck. And then Splatoon 3 closed off the Direct. I might pick it up depending on how I feel later in the year. Which concludes the Nintendo Direct for February 2021. I think it was pretty good. I mean, there's obviously been better Directs, and I obviously do have tons of problems with some of this shit. But what they showed off that I'm interested in is pretty cool. Even if I'm not picking up half of it because of fucking stupid prices. And if you're angry that I insulted Nintendo a bunch throughout this video and I wasn't that interested in a lot of the stuff, and you're somehow still watching, which I know you aren't because you're a Nintendo fan, realize that I do like Nintendo. I do want to see them succeed. I'm glad the Switch is succeeding. The Switch is my second favorite console of all time. But the 3DS is my favorite console of all time. I clearly like Nintendo. I just am not a fan of a lot of their business practices. It's kind of shitty. I mean, oh well. It's the gaming industry. What the fuck am I supposed to do besides bitch on YouTube? But yeah, that concludes my thoughts on the February 2021 Nintendo Direct. I want to know what you guys think of the Nintendo Direct. Did you like it? Do you think my opinions are stupid? Are you here to leave a dislike? Whatever it is, why not like, comment, nobody ever ferrets, and subscribe to my YouTube shizzle. This has been TevhoBend. I'll see you guys later. Peace. I made a video about 1.5 years, 2 years back about the stock shortages for the what were new consoles and scalpers on eBay. Considering I made that video, I think in 2020, it would have never appeared in my wildest dreams for the stock shortages to be an issue in August/September 2022. But I guess I'm proven wrong all the time, and for the worst, so yay. Now, I could do what I did last time I talked about this subject and pull up eBay prices and show how ridiculous they've gotten, but instead I wanted to just focus on Sony's official prices for the PlayStation 5 and how they have the fucking audacity to raise the prices of the consoles. My sources come straight from the official Sony blog, and I will read as follows. The global economic environment is a challenge that many of you around the world have been experiencing, no doubt. We're seeing high global inflation rates as well as adverse currency trends impacting consumers and creating pressure on many industries. Based on these challenging economic situations, SIE, which stands for Sony Interactive Entertainment, has made the difficult decision to increase the recommended retail price of PlayStation 5 in select markets across Europe, Middle East, Africa, Asian Pacific, Latin America, as well as Canada. There will be no price increase in the United States. I will have the new prices for the PlayStation 5 displayed on screen while I continue reading, so yeah. While the price increase is a necessity given the current global economic environment and its impact on SIE's business, our top priority continues to be improving the PS5 supply situation so as many possible players can experience everything the PS5 has to offer and what's still to come. Thank you for your continued support. Now, I understand that COVID and the war on Ukraine and all this pressure from China towards Taiwan has created like a very bad global economic crisis, right? But Sony, you guys are a multi-billion-dollar corporation that sells audio equipment and video game consoles. What the fuck do you mean this shortage has been hurting you guys? The PlayStation 5 is already too expensive for most consumers, so seeing it go up in price isn't going to make people want to buy it. And even if you aren't making all the money back you expected to with the PS5, you guys lost out on 4 years of net profit with the PlayStation 3. Are you telling me you can't deal with something like that for the PS5? I mean, it's not ideal, but it's better than raising the price so most consumers won't buy it. Because I'm going to be 100% honest, if I had to pay $50 more for my PS5, I would have never bought it. Then again, I bought it in a bundle for $800 and it came with an extra controller and a $75 gift card. But still, I would have never paid like $850, $900, $950, whatever the hell, for a fucking video game console. That's ridiculous. And I'm sure most people agree that $500 alone is too expensive for a video game console. So imagine paying like $799 Australian dollars. That's a $150 Australian dollar price increase. That's like ridiculous. But I don't know. Maybe I'm a fucking moron who doesn't understand anything and a dirty communist who fucking hates America and hates companies or something. I don't fucking know. All I know is that there's going to be like at least one person in the comments defending this. But what do you guys think about the PlayStation 5 price increase? Are you guys bothered by it like me? Do you not care about it? Are you here to leave a dislike? But no matter what you're here for, why not like, comment, nobody can favorite, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This has been TevhoBend, and I will see you guys later. Peace.